Welcome to the Trading Sliders Podcast. Here we go. Episode number, I guess it's 101.
Yep.
Or 100 and a half. I don't know exactly what it is, but part 2, episode number 101 of the Trading Sliders Podcast. How's everybody doing out there? I'm Bobby Puckett. Here with me in studio is Kurt the Flash Bennett. What's going on, Flash?
Not much, man.
Yeah. I came over here this time.
Yeah, no. Yeah. We're in a different studio this time.
We're in a different studio.
Might echo a little more in Bobby's house. I don't know.
We're in Studio B.
Yeah, Studio B.
Yeah, Studio B. What was that? Studio 54. They had all that crazy stuff. We're in Studio 52.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, Kurt the Flash Bennett's in-home studio. Music studio. Got the guitar here and everything. Yeah. He says it's echoing because we got this is the acoustic studio.
That's right, yeah.
But episode 101 of the Trading Sliders Podcast, the Titans of LMS Part 2, Part 1 Flash went over just like we figured it would.
Yeah, I figured it'd be good.
Yeah, we kind of knew going into this that it was going to be a hit.
Yeah, kind of.
The funny thing is, before we get to let's get to our sponsors first, and then do a little bit of recap.
Yeah.
Thank you to the sponsors and the fans and the podcast listeners who hang out with us each and every week. You know, we say this, and like, it's not that we don't mean it, but over and over each week, you know, we go through I won't call it a stick, but we go through our opening and stuff, and in our end we say, tell somebody about us. And we truly do mean it. We appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy each week that I can't fathom how many people listen each week to two old dudes ramble on about race cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
it surprises me every week. When we first started doing this, like we was talking about, it was like we had 50 people, we're gonna be happy.
Yeah. Well, here's what's really crazy is, Flash. It's not that we ramble on about race cars, because hell, race cars are pretty cool. But most of our show was telling people how our trip went.
Yeah.
Like the problems in the trip.
Goofy stuff that happens to us every week. Yeah.
And it's funny because last week's episode when they started off talking about the trips.
Yeah.
The trips are the best part.
I think that is. I mean, especially when you're traveling like at racetracks or new racetracks, it's just and like I said, I mean, a lot of these guys that I've seen somebody talking about today, a lot of these guys were only from around here, so when they started traveling out, they were driving old junk trucks and trailers, no lights on them and everything.
Yeah, they didn't have they're like
I know, I was one of those guys.
Yeah. yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But overall, it was. We're going to get a little bit detailed, and then we're going to pick right up where we left off. So we have to thank our sponsors. If you're in line and you need any type of what they offer, so any type of work, any type of automotive stuff, if these guys offer it and you can use it, we're not telling you to use them, but at least give them a call. Reach out to them and tell them, hey, the Trading Sliders Podcast, we listen. If you want to earn some brownie points, you're a rabid fan and all that cool stuff. But let them know that you heard about them here, and we said, hey, come over here. So if you're in line for a diesel truck, you need diesel truck work, or if you race Legends. I always forget this.
I seen a post today that he had on there about where they fix them, Yeah,
I always forget about that because I always concentrate on business
on the diesel part,
not business too. So, but if you're a resident, a Legends racer, and you tear your race car up, they are a US 600 certified builder, rebuilder, and parts seller.
Yeah.
If you got a diesel truck that's hauling that tore up Legend to the racetrack and the injectors go out or whatever, they are diesel truck mechanics too, so they can fix that.
Drop everything off at one time.
Yeah.
Get it all taken care of.
Get it all taken care of. So reach out to Diesel Boys LLC. If you're in line for an automotive clutch, truck, tractor, no, scratch that. Truck, car. We're going to leave the tractors off this week. Kurt jinxed me. He said that about the tractor a couple weeks ago. We've had plenty.
Yeah.
But reach out to Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Chris and the guys, me being one of the guys, we will get you taken care of.
Yeah.
If you need any vinyl work done, like race car lettered, truck lettered, I'm even going to say yard signs this week just to mess with him a little bit. Reach out to Walt at Speed Decals. He will get you taken care of. If you got handyman work around and needs to be done around the house, especially now, the weather it broke a little bit. The weather's nice. It's only going to be nice for a few days. Then it's going to get warm again.
It's going to get warm again.
Yeah, but the weather is nice. and you need anything done around the house, reach out to David at DO Handyman Remodeling, 812-989-5002. He can take care of anything around the house, any project, big project, small project, he will take care of it. If you're in line for catering, and speaking of catering, we got some events coming up, Flash, where JT's going to be hanging out with us again.
Yeah, I just heard about that.
Yeah, so...
I'm pretty happy about that.
You know, I'm going to... For people that don't really know what goes on all this stuff,
Yeah.
If I had an old phone where we do the data minutes and internet minutes or whatever, I charge my phone 3 times a day. 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, I charge it twice. It's been charged 3 times. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
What goes on behind the scenes is crazy. Crazy. Yeah. I'm driving with my knee over here writing information down on a cheat sheet, not for this show, but for the phone call I got to make when we leave about an upcoming series event.
Yeah.
So it is nuts what goes on. But one of our sponsors, our good friend Jeremy Thomas at Daycheese Trackside Catering. If you need anything done, any event catered, looking for food, small as 4 to as big as 400.
Yeah.
Reach out to Jeremy Thomas. He takes care of everybody on the World of Outlaw side. He takes care of half the race teams. World 100 weekend, he will have 60-something race teams that he's feeding.
Yeah.
So, he is...
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he works 2 other jobs.
Yeah.
He's in the same boat we are. I don't... It's just, sometimes it works out.
Yeah.
And
sleep when you're dead.
Yeah. I think I died twice this week for an hour, then woke back up.
Yeah.
And Bandit Race Cars, if you're in line and you need any shocks or any metal or any work done, any type of fabrication, reach out to Brian Barber and Bandit Race Cars. Our Pound the Cushion segment that I promised a few weeks ago did not happen because of said obligations that I was talking about. If you knew what went on behind the scenes, we kind of had some stuff come up that you'll be very appreciative here in the next week or 2. But you're unappreciative because you didn't get the Pound of Cushion. But still reach out to Trent Berry and Racing Dirt and tell them we sent you over there. Our past guest segment being brought to you by HCC Lawn Care. If you're in the Louisville area and you need lawn, landscape, bushes cut, trim, shrubs, trees dug up, trees cut down, reach out to Ben Harmon and HCC. He'll get you taken care of. And last but certainly not least, our Whitaker Trucking, top dog of the... As I did not turn my phone off. As you guys just heard, I was just talking about my phone always going off.
I'm going to turn mine down as we speak.
But if you need topsoil, rock, gravel, anything hauled around the house, reach out to Mark and Whitaker Trucking, and he will get you taken care of. All right, Flash.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there's another one. I did not get it turned down enough. Jackson Barber, if you are listening right now, we are doing something, so I will get back with you here in a bit. There's one.
Yeah.
So, I guess he couldn't be listening. We're not doing this live.
No, we're not doing it.
Yeah. So, but last week's show, Flash, it was something that first off we were really proud of. That we were able to pull it all off and make it happen.
Yep.
For one, because the logistics, Calvin lived a couple hours away. Tony had Street Rod National stuff going on.
Yeah.
And Raymond and Chris and Artie were preparing race cars for that weekend. And Pat was the only one who really didn't have an excuse, and he just rode up. He was there.
Yeah.
So,
it was good that they all got to get together like that.
And to pull the curtains back a little bit on a really short notice.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Well,
here's the thing. It wasn't going to be a short notice. And then, if you follow along with the show, sometimes I drop the ball on a few things. And I got looking and I was like, oh, Flash. So what? I said, the week of the 100th episode? He said, yeah. I said, we're going to be out of town for 3 weeks in a row, getting in super late.
Yeah.
So I said, we might need to do this week. So,
it all worked out.
But quick recap. First off, the guys had all the problems in the world getting to the racetrack. So that's that was funny in itself. And maybe when they got to the racetrack, they made some extra some extra laps, and got some gas along the way. So that was funny. But one thing that I'm proud of, that's the first time in 25 years they've all been in a room together.
Yeah.
They've all been in the same place. Or Raymond said, except maybe a funeral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but where we stopped,
we didn't even have to have a referee or nothing.
No.
It was good.
Yeah. And I did have somebody reach out to me and said, you're a big professional wrestling guy. I said, yeah. He goes, well, you just broke kayfabe. I said, okay. So for the people who don't understand, that is, wrestling is designed for guys to work together.
Right.
And, so they want people to think people hate each other. He said, everybody thought Chris and Raymond hated each other. I said, nah, that was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they don't now. I see Raymond a couple times a week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they don't. But overall, though, it was a good time, and I'm glad. Most importantly, not only did we enjoy it, not only did you guys enjoy it, but every one of them either stopped us at the racetrack or messaged us and told us how much fun they had. And that means the world to us.
Oh, yeah.
So, doing good in the neighborhood.
Yep. That's cool. This be something their kids can listen to one of these days, Yeah,
and a lot of you guys listen to it.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we appreciate that. But I had some people tell me, man, there's a cliffhanger. You can't leave us there. You can't stop at the point that you stopped at because it was just getting spicy.
Yeah.
I said, you guys are not going to believe this. That was not planned.
Yeah.
I said, did it cross our mind? Yeah, that could be a good idea.
Yeah.
But when we start recording and it's 3 hours and 30 minutes, we don't really.
Yeah, we don't have an idea where it's going to be what's going to be going on in the middle of it.
Yeah, we don't control that.
Well, we pretty much didn't control that whole setup.
That's what I'm saying. Like we don't control that. Some of these interviews, if it's one-on-one, I can kind of manipulate when we're going to talk about something.
Yeah.
That there I can. That's just the way it worked out. So, I guess when you're doing something good, I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
And since we got these guys together, it was time to stop that right there.
Yeah.
But with that being said, it's time for part 2.
Yeah.
If you thought part 1 was good, you are in for a treat because part 2 gets even funnier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Had a couple guys tell me I laughed so hard my sides hurt. I said, well, just get ready because what we really hope is when you guys get done with this, you go back, you play them both back to back eventually, and then you hear how the whole conversation keeps going.
Right. And y'all missed out on the part before it started and the part after it was over.
Yeah.
So
that was
that's the good part me and Bobby get to hang out for.
Yeah, and it's funny that you said that because I had probably 20 people messaged me and said, man, I wish I could have been there live to sit in and see that.
Yeah.
I said, well, we don't cut anything out.
Yeah.
And he said, I know, but before and after. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, because when we got done, the story started all over. A couple of them would have been really, really good.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just going to leave this stuff recorded and let them get up and then see if we can work it out that way. But no more rambling from us.
Yep.
Part 2, Titans of the X, episode 101, brought to you by Kentucky Clutch and Performance. Please enjoy. Let's take a trip down memory lane with the old racetrack segment.
We were there every Friday night when we were kids. We would sing along to We Will Rock You as they pulled out the pits. Did you pull for Blackwell or Harmon? Did you go just to see some carnage? Yeah, I still smile every time that I look back on it at the old racetrack.
Well, here's the thing. I gotta talk about this because if not, everybody was saying, "How'd you do an interview with all these guys?" And I talk about this. We gotta talk about Chris and Raymond having to just the whatever. I mean, man, we're gonna do it simple.
Okay.
Because people are gonna because if I don't, people are gonna say you had everybody on.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the whole truth. You go ahead and tell.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead.
No, I'm just.
You tell us what you want to hear.
No, I'm just asking.
Hey, I'll tell you what I saw.
Okay, yeah. Let's do this. We're gonna go to the
Here's the part that I saw.
I saw him come in the pits, jerk an axle out, pull the car.
No, it was a different race.
No, it was after.
That's when I stacked
Slide the axle in.
Okay, yeah.
Throw a
But
clip in
where
it.
did he get that axle from?
And took a block of wood,
We give
stuck
it
it in the
axle.
brake caliper, taped it,
Yeah.
duct taped it around the axle, threw the tire on there, so I get ready to junk somebody's shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Which one are you talking about?
I'm talking about the original one.
Okay, let them tell them.
Well, that night you.
Because I didn't know what was going on. I'm like,
I
what is
probably had that coming. That was the only time.
Oh, don't
well,
back down.
I wrecked two people on purpose. The whole time I raced. One of them was Tony. I felt terrible about it. I don't know what he did to me. I can't remember. But I
Oh
remember.
no, you spun me out.
Yeah,
No,
but
that
I didn't
wasn't
bump
bad.
you. I didn't mean to speak.
No, you told me going down the straightaway one year.
You're just racing.
Remember we got in a
That don't
fight
count.
outside the parking lot after the
Yeah,
season was
but you
over.
cut down on me or something. Raymond, Calvin had cut my tire off in the feature, and I was
You
pissed.
probably got against
And I was
me.
already mad at Raymond. Yeah, maybe had one of Raymond's skid bars on his car. And I don't know. I don't know. Raymond, he might have. I don't know. We was probably into it, or might not have been. I don't remember the time. But he's coming from the intersection. I just clipped him.
I was leaving.
I clipped him.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, well, I got it coming. I knew it was coming back out.
Yeah.
Run up on my car and all that. Yeah.
I was riding around, and when they stopped him, the video. I still got the video.
Well, I did. I hit
And
him
I'm
hard.
like-
I wanted to just.
And when
I hit
they told him
harder
to get off the track, I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of
I
here.
wanted to.
That's gonna get bad.
I wanted to very clip him, but I hit him. I missed.
It got me right away. I can tell you right now, I was leading the race when I had it. I come off forward, heading towards the scoreboard, and I thought, God damn, he got me. Hey, and I did that 4 donuts, ended up there, and I get out of the car, and I was looking at it, I thought, boy, it's gonna be ugly. And I looked at the car and I realized it needed an axle at least, but it ripped, back then we had the weld-on caliper brakes, so they ripped
It's all
off.
bent over.
Yeah. And he's still riding around the track, and I thought, oh, no, so I jogged, I was jogging. We was jogging, I run on back, I go right now, I run all the way down the front straightaway.
Come got an
Through the
axle
pits,
from us.
Through the pits, and Corey and I said, you boys getting ready to go for a ride, and I kept on running. I get over and Jimmy said, what do you think? I said, man, we need to put an axle in. I said, what do you think? Jimmy said, wreck it. Hey, so I said, Jim, I need a piece of 2x4 and some duct tape. So we stuck a piece of 2x4, the caliper, duct tape, Artie gives the axle. Like,
Artie was in on it, Chris. Yeah, now see
I was running second.
Yeah, Calvin didn't know what was going
That's when
on.
we got barred out.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking he's going out to race. Like, I didn't put a cover on the rear end or nothing. No grease or anything. I said, well, fuck, he ain't gonna last. I didn't know he was gonna do a half lap.
It was like
Oh, he messed with Mark, Corey, Jeff.
I knew I had it coming, and I knew it. I said, well, here he comes.
it's like a
He
lap
got-
and a half.
And he crashed me. I remember, and he's fucking still in the gas. He's climbing up top. And I'm like, this is
Yeah, look at me gonna start there right there, man.
I think he did go out and handle
I'm thinking, this son of a bitch is mad. So, me and Raymond's always arguing. Like, fuck, I guess we're gonna have to fight. We're probably fighting now.
Yeah.
So I get out of the car and I'm looking. I'm like, where in the hell is Raymond? And I look back. He's laying in the trunk of my car. Look like I think he's dead. I'm like,
Yeah. Shannon Beckman, the boulevard knocked me out.
Kick the
With no
flip-flops
shoes
off.
on. No shoes on.
Kick the flip-flops off.
He said
I looked over. Raymond's laying in the trunk of my car. He looks dead. I thought, oh shit. He done got out of the car and fell, and he's dead. So and then later on, I knew about that Shannon Beckham jumping out there.
Hey, but it was crazy as fuck. Here I still had my helmet on, hood pin in my back, and the fish was trying to break my damn neck. And I'm talking, anyhow, I said, you got me in, boy. Anyhow, I come out on the track, and the official was telling me to go to the pits. I said, no, I ain't going to the pits. By the time Chris come riding by, he's telling me you got to go to the pits. I thought,
Okay.
So is this under caution?
yeah, caution.
Yeah.
So Chris come riding by, and I bullseye that left quarter pound. I didn't know it was going to go on top of this car, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just plan on
Everything folded
I just plan
up.
on hitting him like he hit me.
Oh, God, that's when me and Raymond, my first time meeting him, I'm running. Me and him's running. It was, let's talk about your big race. It was my big race.
Yeah.
I'm leading about, I don't know, 3-4 laps to go. We come up on a lap car. I'm gonna go to the outside of him.
He went to the inside through the ball.
He gets behind his Durham. He gets behind him. He runs him as fast as he's ever run. runs him head on to the wall. As I'm trying to pass, I get my shit shut down. I see
Yeah, but what he
Wait, I'll tell my side.
You go ahead and tell your side. I'm gonna tell mine.
He drives this poor guy in.
Oh, now we still we friends afterwards, right?
So it broke his leg. Remember, it broke his leg.
I feel bad about that.
Yeah. So I back up.
I would hope so.
I get my shit lined out. I'm going around, and I'm thinking, just what you think? I'm thinking, no, this son of a bitch ain't gonna get me like this. No way.
Right.
No way.
Right.
So did you get him?
He hit me head on.
I hit him head on. I buckled my shit. Well, at first I ran up and hit him, but he nailed me, and I said, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I tightened my shit up. I come around there and I hit him head on. We jumped both of them.
Yeah.
The best part about it was like on the white flag. So we get out, and we're wrestling around. We ain't really fighting.
We had our helmets on.
We had our helmets on. We're wrestling.
I had that shit.
Here's the best part. It ends up pouring down raining. So we don't really get to finish.
They didn't finish the race.
Raymond goes and protests, says, "I'm the winner. I was leading."
Hey, let me tell the rest of the story when he's not aware of it. The deal was I was leading the motherfucking race to start with and was checking out on him, but Butterball, bless his soul, he did gone. But look here, Butterball,
But I don't know nothing about it.
Butter was team counting before you did.
You know, he didn't know what was going on. But I thought, oh, he ain't had this shit. He ain't taking me out. Campbell win the race. No, I ain't. I'm taking them both out. So I did.
No, you didn't take me out. You took his poor old fella.
Yeah.
I got my shit. Neither one of us did.
Right.
Hey,
Neither one of us
the
did.
night you two hit, I come around and I saw him come out. Let's take it. I run up. He's like, I'm like, what you want me to wait on? Give me the finger, one, I don't know, I can't see the drive to. So I go to the outside of it, he swings over. I'm like, all right, you go back up your fucking mountain.
Oh, you talking about when our cars hit head on?
Yeah, when my car
Hit on. Accident.
I seen all four exhaust manifolds under the car. It hit hard enough that both cars.
Both cars in there did that.
I wasn't even racing.
I don't even know. I don't know
What am I
why.
holding on for? I'm in the
I don't know
sand.
why that even happened. I mean, I don't know why Raymond was mad at me.
Well, what happened was it was twin 45s. I'm gonna tell you.
Well,
what
Rick was mad because he let your dad drive his car and he tore it up.
No, I wasn't mad about that. Hey, his dad was a bad man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he his dad's not like me. His dad was a bad man. You know what I'm saying?
You was winning first when he knocked you out or something.
Yeah, I was leading the first. It was twin 45s. I was leading it. We come off forward. Come off two rather. Chris just clipped me, spun me, kept on going. I just cut my tire off. So I go in, cut my tire off, and I got hit when I spun. So I thought, no, this ain't right. So I go in, hook the cable up to the pylon, jerk the front end back around, put a radiator in it.
How many frames does that fence?
Let's fix the bunch. This is early the first 45 lapper. Well, and that was with my Louisville car. That was a year after I had that Monte Carlo, and I never did knock nobody out of the way to get past him and shit like that. And I was fed up with it because what made it worse than anything was because Big Frank, after I put my radiator in and got ready to go back out, I was in good shape, you know what I'm saying? I was just down, just at the end of the field. Big Frank said, no, you start the second race, you just park this race, you're done for this race, you can run the second race. I thought, that ain't gonna do no good. I'm gonna win the second one. I'm still gonna have a 25-point finish, you know what I'm saying? I thought, oh no, I told him, I said, y'all better have a couple of records ready. It's gonna get ugly.
He told me, he said, you better hold on. I said, fuck, well, I got to hold on. I'm not even racing. I'm sitting up and standing. What I got to hold on for? I didn't know what the hell he's going to do.
And I told Frank, it's gonna get ugly here. And they thought I was bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Because they had them sports-strom cars. They had them badass cars, you know what I'm saying? But I take my Louisville car over there and bust her ass, you know what I'm saying? For real. And the year before, I had that good Monte Carlo. I didn't knock him out of the way to get around him, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of upset me, you know what I'm saying? Because Chris spun me to get around me, and I was pissed.
I don't think Calvin understands what you're saying.
But when Frank would treat me like a whore, you know what I'm saying?
He come back out. That's what pissed you off.
Yeah, that's what pissed me off.
So it's Frank's fault.
Yeah.
It's Frank's fault. It's his whole damn thing.
Hey, but look here.
God rest
It's
his
kind of
soul.
stupid on my part for doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
So say that again. I was a
That's the
dumbass.
first fucking time I ever heard you say something like that.
So you was kind of stupid.
We didn't fully admit that.
I'll be honest with but you know what I'm saying? And the way things has come afterwards, you know what I'm saying? I wish I hadn't have done it. I wish it hadn't happened, you know what I'm saying, the way it did. You know, I could have hit him at the intersection or something instead of doing what I did, but it was a 10, wasn't it?
Well, you come out of the turn, I just remember seeing you coming, and I'm thinking that this dumb son of a bitch, he's got that Louisville car, we're gonna hit it. We're hitting, he's coming, I'm thinking, I ain't lifting, he ain't lifting.
No, we neither one.
That was probably the hardest hit at the time until Duke.
I remember we was up at the hospital, I'm thinking, God damn, we must have probably had concussions and everything.
Yeah, because he had a straight steering column.
Yeah.
And my roof up, I remember laying out on the track, messing my ankle up or something.
Mine had ripped the dash bar out of it and the steering wheel busted me in the face.
Yeah, and then we get over to the hospital out here. If I couldn't hit nobody harder than that, I'd quit. I thought, I'm laying up in this garden, you know what I'm saying?
He's all mad. I think, fuck, we're gonna fight in the hospital. He's all strapped in the stretcher. He was hurt worse than I was. Man, I don't know. I was messed up.
If I couldn't hit no harder than that motherfucker, I wouldn't hit nobody. I thought, that's fucking crazy. I tried to roll up off that gurney, they had me strapped down.
Yeah, he was strapped down.
He was in a wheelchair. He was in a wheelchair, that motherfucker had reversed, both tires smoking.
So that was, but I remember it hit me another time. It probably just racing, I don't know, but
Now, what was the night that all the helmets were swinging out on the track?
that was probably that night.
Because I've got videos of both of those that most people haven't seen, and it's Bobby takes Rocky Glover, I believe, and he's got the helmet by the strap and just bam, Glover, I mean, just bloop, buckles
No,
his
it hit
ass.
my dad in the eye 'cause he had to go get stitches.
Yeah, it was Rance.
Was it Rance? I thought it was Glover. Rocky, I thought it was old Rocky.
Yeah, it was like chaos. Everybody was
Yeah,
fighting.
it was
Moral of the story, though, it all worked out.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just took a few years.
Well, I've told people for years, Chris and Raymond were probably my two arch rivals as I was coming through. And then as soon as Alex started racing, Chris was one of the first guys that sponsored my son to race.
Yeah, well, sports owners should give us some money, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
'Cause
practiced
we
that.
brought them some money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Raymond helped me when I first started.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know.
Well, back then, everybody,
It was like
get
Maryland and Rance.
Go drink
Maryland
a beer.
Rance,
Yeah.
they real mad at it. Everybody's still mad. Look here, I mean, I idolized Rance when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
When
I
Raymond
told
broke my foot up speedrome, my wife hated him for years. He'd always come up, you know, hey,
I
Pull
pulled
it on
on
her all that
caution,
shit.
pulled up next to your dad, and driving one of Ozzy's cars. The friggin' and it's sitting there in the caution, and the starter stuck. It's he just sitting there, and he looked over. He goes,
Yeah, he's talking about today. He goes, man, if I'd ever had a new car, I might have won a few races.
oh my God, if you looked at that one, I wouldn't have drove it.
yeah.
That's why I cut it in half.
Yeah.
Rance was always one
I
of
can
my
remember.
favorites.
I mean, I remember back when they run at the old original fairgrounds, Louisville. I remember going over there when I was a kid.
It's crazy because I was really young then, but I vividly remember fairgrounds.
I ran a demo derby over there when I was like 16.
That's what Raymond calls heat races.
And let me tell you what, you know, back
It don't
then,
matter.
back then they gave you the whole track.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was pretty
I
violent.
remember Midnight Madness over there. They had to you had to run last one with a headlight.
Oh, they would take
Did you race at the fairgrounds, Tony?
Tony did.
Yeah.
Pat, you probably did? No?
Now, Pat's
They
young,
would
he
take
was drag racing.
a Chrysler Imperial.
Okay, you didn't start
They
racing
hit
till
you
later.
Yeah.
Like,
They just run on top of you like a
Okay.
tank.
Wide open.
Yeah, and they would take the post and get that big aluminum wire and drill holes in it and tie it.
Post tension.
Tie it, twist that shit all the way down through there. That some bitch would come through there, they'd hit you, they just keep
They still
on
do that.
Hey, let me give you a real quick history on cheating. So Raymond worked with me. Rusty Nuts, what was his help buddy? Big tall Rusty, and then Big Bob. I'd say, all right, boys, 6 o'clock, I gotta go home. Close her up, let's go. They'd leave. Then I'd start doing my massaging,
Yeah.
and then they'd come back about 8. I've been in there.
They say, it stinks like shit in here. What are you working on?
No, I do that after they left the second time. But Rance, I come over on Saturday morning. I got that motor part with a roller cam in it, stock rocker arms. I got the intake on. Rance walks in. He said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, you can't run that." I said, "No, you got to run stock rockers." How the hell's that work? I said, "Pretty good." It's been working.
They were good.
They're rolling. Yeah. So I picked her up. Then one night, your dad and Lloyd Pretty, out of the blue, I'm like, well, shit, you know, and I'm in the middle of a bunch of shit I don't need nobody seeing, so I'm throwing fender covers and washing my hands and go lock up. Then Tony and Pee Wee come by one night when I had the body scooted all the way back, I think, about 4 inches, you know, when the motor screwed back, and tried to button it all up so nobody could see it. I mean, no, everybody just come by. It didn't matter if you fought on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. By middle of
I
the
say it
week.
all the time, man. I used to love to go around and stop at other people's garage. There's some that you didn't stop by, but for the most part, we could go by everybody's garage all through the weeks, and now nobody does
my
that.
car outside.
Yeah.
I did get a work on it inside.
Advantages with Huey was
Good one
like,
about Pee Wee
like,
Hopper.
you know, on our brakes, like you couldn't
won
run a
$1,500 race at Louisville. Pee Wee run second.
Well,
Hell, we stayed out late drinking, and we go to Sports Zone this day. Both of us
1968,
hungover.
3/4 ton Chevy, yada yada,
Pee
whatever.
Wee comes up, slams to the side of me, and I'm slammed to the back, and we're going.
And that would be an advantage.
Your man come up, he said, "You got to be the two dumbest son of a bitch I've ever seen in my life." So I'm thinking, what are you talking about? He said, "You won last night, and you run second, and this is practice. You're over here hitting each other." And he said, "Hell, you won 1,500 last night, didn't you?" Pee Wee said, "You won 1,500?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I got 9." And he said, "Well, hell, I just, if I know there was that much, I'd spun you out." I said, "Well, you couldn't catch me." You're still the two dumbest. You're going to race for 1,500 tonight. You're all hitting each other in practice.
So say we was racing for more money back then, or same.
Yeah.
Same.
Same money was a quarter of the cost.
I mean, I made money racing at Louisville.
I did too. You had to make time.
We didn't have to buy tires. The tires would last a long time.
Oh, yeah.
We could win.
But see, I'm just like right now, you know what I'm saying? If somebody would unionize the drivers.
Put me in, coach.
But you know,
I'm just telling you right now, listen.
but there wouldn't be any racing because
Yeah.
the promoters just can't afford it.
Yeah, they just
They're
don't.
not- they're not spending
They don't
it
make
for free.
Yeah, I know.
I
but
mean, here's what I'm saying. Like, look, they're just like when they did when they had the ride height rule with the Louisville Springs. Everybody got a car. Except
No,
for Charlie Hart.
yeah.
I
Did I get that rule of
I
models?
was good because I had a Monte Carlo.
They abolished that rule at night, didn't they?
I don't know if they ever get racing back the way it was.
I didn't.
No.
I set out though. I wasn't gonna race, but I was legal.
Well, you know, one of we was talking about the favorite moments of racing.
I wasn't gonna go against everybody.
And me and Chris were battling for points. I was leading, he was second, and my dad passed away. And we were racing Saturday, so I'm like, we gotta have the funeral on Sunday. Rain's out Saturday. Now we're racing on Sunday, and I'm like, this is what it is, man. Y'all just go on. And I told Mike Gibson, I said, I'll do what I can, do what you got to do, and I'll do it. So we were just not planning on going. So then my sister says, hey, let's move everything up. Everybody's here. Let's move it on up an hour and get you on out of here. I'm like, well, do whatever. I don't really care at this point. And then Mike Gibson calls me. He said, I'm not trying to push, but I need your ass here as soon as you can. You got to let me know how fast you can be here. I said, I can call you as soon as I leave, Mike. It's the best I can do. I said, but I told you, man, go on without me. He said, I can't. I'm not going to. So why is that? He said, Chris Harmon went around to every racer in these pits that I'm racing against and said, we aren't racing until Artie shows up tonight. Just goosebumps talking about it. You know, we're battling for points, and I'm the point leader. And he said, no, we're not doing it. And
So who won the point?
you still won the points, I think.
He was slick.
no,
He won the points a little, but never even won a race.
The funny thing about that is, you won them that year. I come back and won the next year, and it was the last championship that I'd won at Sportstrom. And he calls me up, and after the season's over and it settles down a little bit, I've been running heat races pretty aggressively. And I had figured out that heat race points are more important than feature. You need 4 points to spot in the heat, and only 2 in the feature. So I'd rush you hard. You don't want to run hard in a $10 heat race. So Chris come over a couple. I'm like, man, you need to calm down. I'm like, man, this nephew of mine ain't ever won a heat race trophy, and I promised him I'm gonna win him a heat race trophy this year.
And it was about $10.
Well, I wanted to win
I was
every
racing
one of
for
them.
points.
I didn't care
So
what
I won the
I wanted
championship.
to win
Chris
every
calls
one.
me up about 3 weeks after the season over. He said, you son of a bitch, you got me. I'm like, what's that? He said, what are you talking about? He said, I spanked your ass in feature points, and you wiped my ass in heat race points. And all that time I thought
I used to tell you that when I was running against Chris. I'd say, oh, he's running for points. I said, I said, I'll dog him up.
Just lean on him a little
I
bit.
said, yeah, I said, he's running points. I don't give a shit.
That's what we do.
Points don't mean
Mark
nothing to
Harmon
me.
was that way. I
said, I
lean
can
on
win
Mark a
as
lot.
many as I can
Mark
win. I could care less.
You could tear stuff up if you had to.
Yeah.
And you didn't like to, but Mark
You was more
absolutely
conservative.
could.
I was more conservative than it
Yeah.
was just because I wanted to win the points.
Right.
A lot of times I had to finish good so I could get back the next week.
Yeah.
I had no money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember one year, this might have been in the early 2000s. Calvin was telling me one day that he said, I can spend about $30,000 a year racing. I'm thinking, $30,000?
On one car, just one car.
He got 3 of them.
I'm thinking, God, $30,000?
It's been more than that on Raymond's car.
Yeah. Once when I drove for Dennis Knoll, we would probably win $10,000 or $15,000 from each racetrack, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, what we'd run, and we would probably get $30,000, $40,000 in sponsor money, and we made all kinds of money. Everybody was like, God, you're buying all these chrome wheels and all
Well,
this
yeah,
stuff.
the money,
I'm
yeah.
like, we're making money, and we're just spending, we're just playing with the money that we're on house money. We can make a lot of money.
Buy 4 cars back in for what you can buy 1 for now.
Yeah, they were
Well, I think in
50,
'99 I won over $50,000
Yeah.
Well, is that right?
racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won the first 2-hour, didn't you?
No, I
No,
didn't.
he won the
I
first
won
2
the
hours. I won the first 300.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Artie cheated. That Pat was supposed to disqualify him, but he didn't.
Really? That's the first I heard
Yeah,
of
he
this.
short lapped.
He's short lapped.
Did
I was running second.
You gotta
and
get
that was a
it back.
big,
I thought
that
you
was
were
a
running out
big
of gas
talk.
leading. I thought you were running out of
Well,
gas
I did,
leading.
but I still would have won, I think. So anyway, so yeah, that was a big deal for some reason.
So you
Something
don't
about
like
the short
us, you
lap.
like
I just
Artie, you
remember
don't
that.
like us.
I remember Pat telling everybody at the driver's meeting about the short lap. Don't short lap. And I seen Artie short lap. I thought, well, he's fucked.
Well-
He lost a lap.
Here was the thing on that. You had to supply your score. Ours was the backup. Motherfucker had a cheating score.
Yeah. Well, I seen it happen, so I thought,
A good score can win you some
well, I
races.
seen it happen.
Oh, yeah,
I thought to
Tanya
myself,
helped me out a lot.
I said, Artie just
I
screwed
didn't see
himself.
it, but
He's down a lap.
I think
And I
somebody
thought-
brought a video up after.
That's the first time, all these years, that's the first I've heard of that. That's funny.
So I,
Well, Jeff,
but I did think I did run out of gas.
You were leading and run out of gas with like 5 minutes to go.
View them cheap fuel cells, if you look at them, them RJS,
Yeah.
them pickups.
Chopped off it at 45, so
They're not.
yeah, they're starting to suck air with 3-4 gallons left.
Yeah.
yeah, Jim Barry's spotter got up and walked away, and he was leading in the beginning. She got frustrated, got up, and I'm like,
Was that like that was the first one?
the first one, yeah.
Yeah, because the
And they're
clock
like-
said on the front stretch at the flag stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said, what
tie
do you do?
wraps.
I said,
Yeah.
he's done.
Yeah, zip ties right there.
I was
He's done.
talking about zip ties. I remember him running, you and your dad. They would have them big old, he was heating air guys. They take them long, 4-foot long zip ties, and they tie them around the back bumper, let them hang off, like grab on, hang on,
Yeah.
here we go.
Well, I think that I don't know. I think Raymond, Calvin, Pat, y'all have done it. Just me and Artie kind of running in all them big races.
But Mike come to us when me and you started running.
one of them.
Me and you was running. We just got into the Outlaws. You were real heavy into the Outlaws, and I was just going pretty heavy into them. And Mike come to me and him and said, "I need y'all to quit running our class." I'm like, for
Yeah.
what? He said, "The last 3 years, you and Chris have won 95% of our races."
Yeah, he told us we
said,
couldn't race no more.
"You're killing our division."
That's when me and Artie quit.
Yeah.
Right.
I quit the next year. I don't know. You might have raced another year.
I kept running some from then.
I never raced
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
It was good when the local cars could go over and run with them drone cars.
Oh, Del Show used to get so damn mad. We take our
Yeah,
local
you could
cars,
go
our
over
hydraulic
I
cams.
had a big race over one night. We went over
I
there.
won more over there in my local car than I did in my drone car.
When I qualified, I remember my wife telling me, said, yeah. They said, yeah, Calvin Crane, he wins a lot at Louisville. We'll see what he's got over here. And had the Louisville cars, and I beat their ass. And I remember they had them big old motors.
Yeah,
They run 3 speeds and shit. And I told this story before, but Quentin Cummins was behind me on the restart.
Batman.
And it had rained, and that spring down on that end, down in the core was leaking.
You got to straddle that.
So I knew they had them big motors, so I would lug them down. I mean, I'd lug, you'd hear about clearing them out, you know. So I'd try to time it. I'd get them in that water, and you'd So the very last restart, there's like 2 to go. I'm lugging them down. I'm getting them down. All of a sudden, Quentin, he just takes off. Boom, he's across the intersection where I'm off the corner. They drop the green. we come around and drop the white. And I'm like, this is bullshit. You know? And so at the end of the day, they DQ'd him and gave it to me. I remember. But like you said, our cars, it's kind of like the way the Indy cars are today. You don't them big old motors. You don't need a big old motor. You need a little bitty motor. I've always had big old motors.
Yeah, them guys that had them Sportstrom only cars.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, several. You come on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had one the year, and then
Yeah.
I think I had one the next year, and then we all had Louisville stuff after that.
Yeah.
But when we run Charlestown, I ran Charlestown.
Louisville cars.
I think that was the first year I raced, because I had a Sportstrom motor. I had a flat tacky
big nasty motor that pulled around my car.
Up there.
I remember
They was all my friends after the race. You can't run that motor. I was like,
I raced Charlestown once. I raced Lloyd Pretty's car. He had bought it from Danny Blackwell.
Yeah.
And I raced his car at Charlestown once. That's the only time I got to run Charlestown.
I remember T-Bone you one time at Charlestown accidentally. You remember that? You stopped and I stopped both at the same time. We hit like this. I put 2 tire prints right on your rocker panel. I was driving an old 4-door Pee Wee Holbert's old car. Remember that? Chris kept on going. He started his shit up, drove on. Yeah. My shit was all up against the firewall.
I remember I hit Danny Carnes, I think.
Flipped him.
I mean, we hit wide open, bam, and he's flipping and shit. That was my fault. I don't.
He come out of the car for a quick
I'm thinking, God damn, he come out laughing and stuff. I'm like, this guy's nuts.
He still is.
Yeah, he hit hard.
There was one of them. I was leading in that Chevelle, and
got hit, knocked the ass in off of it.
no, I was leading, and I hit somebody in the intersection and tore the whole rear end all the way out underneath the car and everything.
And still won the race.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then so on the restart, Larry's up there because of Mark was saying, I was involved in the wreck, and they kept telling you, but he never stopped. So they give me my position back, and they were saying, but he was involved in the wreck. He caused the wreck, but he never stopped.
Yeah, his seller called me the following day. He said, "All right, man, whatever y'all do to that car, don't put the ass end back on it." He said he knocked the ass end off of it. He said he got faster. He said I think the ass end was holding air trapped inside of it because he had the rear body panel.
All filled in.
Yeah. His seller called me the following day. He said, "Whatever y'all do to that car, don't put that rear body panel back on."
When did you win the Sportstrom, the first one? 92 or 93?
93. You won it.
I
You
led
won Louisville 93.
I led it. I went up to the last race, and I went to Indy, and they paid double points, and I had like a 200.
Is that when I blowed your motor?
Yeah. So I lost the points, lost the motor.
Yeah, hell of a
They
weekend.
paid double points that night.
Yeah.
And
And the next year, I won at Louisville. You won at Sportstrom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't
That
know, when was
some
that?
good
That
times.
93? No, 94.
I think it's 93, because I won at Louisville 93.
I won the points at Sportstrom in 93.
Right.
You was 92 then maybe.
Well, I led them, and then they paid double points because I went to Indy. And it puts you like 25 over the way they did the points. I'm like, I can't believe them some bitches do that to me.
Well, you guys were everybody's idol. I want to ask each and every one of you. We'll start here and go around or whatever. But who was y'all's idols growing up? Because, you guys were kids the same way at the racetrack. As the kids now on Facebook, I say kids now, they're in their 40s, but the kids now on Facebook says, just already tagged me in something today. They're talking about the good old days.
Nick Cook.
Yeah, Nick Cook, yeah. But, see, that was the good old days, but for most of us, that was already past the good old days. The good old days was before that at Louisville and stuff. So who was y'all's idols growing up? Like, who did you patent after and say,
Mine was, of course, my dad and Larry, for sure top. But other than that, it had to be Steve Brown. Because he was like, and I always he was good in figure eight, he was good in oval, he was good in late models. And I kind of,
When I first started racing, Steve Brown came up to me. Steve Brown coming to me. He said, "Boy, you don't know who I am, but I'm gonna give you some advice." And I said, "I know who you are, and I'm listening."
Yeah.
And he said, "You're gonna stay figure eight racing, right?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "When you set these cars up, no two turns are the same. Don't ever try to set your car up square, and always set your car to turn better right than left." I'm like, why would I do that? He said, "Well, naturally, if you're left-handed, right-handed, I don't care what you are, you go down on a bicycle, on a gravel road, you lock the brakes up, you turn left. everybody turns left natural. You can see the inside curve. When you're going right, you don't know where it's at. So naturally, they're going to give you a little bit more asphalt. So if they mess up just 4 foot, you're in there. If they mess up 4 foot on another end, you're not in there. And it was funny that I told that story. I was telling somebody that, and Buddy Vertrees was standing over behind me, and he heard me telling that story. And he said, "Don't tell me Steve Brown told you that." I said, "Yeah, that's who told me that." And Steve Brown told Buddy Vertrees the same damn story.
Yeah, I learned. I followed. He run a straight stock figure 8 one night, and I followed him up through there. God, man, he is good. Next thing I know, we're running like 1-2. You know, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
I learned a lot following behind Raymond. Probably the year you had the Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
I probably run second most of the time.
Who's your idol, Tony?
Figure 8 wise, probably early to Steve Brown, Butter. I didn't like as much Butter as I did Huey. The car, that 8 car, that was a bad
That was a badass car.
That was way before its time. And I like that. And then I guess Danny Blackwell too, later on, you know. He didn't win a whole lot back then, but I always liked him.
All right, Pat.
When I first started, Tony Johnson, because I would go help him a couple times at the fairgrounds, and then like I say, I did other stuff, but about once a month I'd go with him. But Steve Brown, same deal. Bob McCoy, the old Maverick.
Yep.
Bob says, "Drive that car." I'm like, "I don't care." Started last.
He was a nice guy.
With Steve's leading, I'm started last, and I'm passing 2 or 3 cars at every corner, and we're still at the intersection. They throw a caution, and I knew he was pissed, but he could slow him down in the corner, and I'm still going. I'm blowing by him, you know. And he said, "We're getting kind of close." I said, "If you'll let me just 2 or 3 more laps, I'll be okay." He said, "You got 2. You got 2. Get the hell out of my way." But he was slowing down, going in the corner, starting the button. I'm passing all the ones because I didn't qualify. I had to start back. But he's always been straight up.
I don't want to change it, but I got to race with my dad a little bit. I know Kurt did.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about you, no. Already.
I got to race with my son one time, but not my dad.
Oh, okay.
Man, we raced on the
You
old.
race with Matt?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I spun his ass last night.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I don't think I was
Hey, not everybody's fair game.
Why would he not? He did everybody else.
He didn't get no booty that night either, did he?
Hey, look here.
You know, he ain't racing
Here's
Shane.
this, he ain't
I
gonna-
think you could race with Shane.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking you need to.
Yeah, I
Trying to get him divorced.
Trying to get you to get a dirt car.
Well, it's a different time, you know. These guys, like, he's racing. You know, he started a little late. I kept him in school, got him educated, which was a lot more important. And so now, but he's really into it. He's pretty knowledgeable. He understands it, and the driving side of it, he's still learning. You know, and that dirt, you know, you gotta know where you need to be,
Right.
Because it's ever changing on every freaking lap, and understanding and being able to read the dirt or read a car. You know, why is he getting a bite and you're not, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And so, but that'll come in time.
I've never got to race with Ben, and I've never raced dirt.
Yeah.
But I've just told him, hey, if you ever drive somebody's asphalt car, you cannot drive in the corner that hard. You will be out of this place.
Yeah.
Don't drive in that hard. You
Yeah.
can't do it.
You know,
So
they run in Florence this week,
Yeah.
north-south. Well, I remember going up there, first time I went up there, and they was going hot lap. Bobby Pierce is coming down the straightaway, and I'm like, God damn, his throttle's hung wide open.
Never left his
Same thing happened to
I
me.
thought he's going to tear this wall down. And shit, he just turns and goes. And it's just, you know,
For
if you
two
understand
laps, for 2 laps, they cannot lift.
Same thing.
yeah, if you understand that rear steer,
Yeah.
you know, that rear steer, once you understand it, actually, the harder you drive it, the more aggressive it is, better it is. If you're out there just lackadaisical, they'll run on top of
Yeah,
you.
you ain't-
Well, that's funny you said that because Chris one night, Ben was leading, and Chris goes, he just needs to take it easy. I said, if he takes it easy, he's going to wreck.
Yeah.
He needs to drive harder.
Harder.
He's starting to slow down now,
Yeah, you
but
gotta,
he needs to go harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
You got to be aggressive.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a different time. Artie, who's your idol?
I always liked Larry Matters because he always had nice looking shit. You know, he's
Sounded
always.
good. Car sound.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
And then and Rance Harmon was one of my favorites in the figure 8, and then always loved Charlie Reitlich's cars. just love that thing. I sit on that back stretch and watch him and Charlie Glotzback and then just go at it. Back when they qualify on the oval, run the heat races on the oval, run a feature on the oval, and then a feature on the 8 on some of them guys. That was a different time as well.
All right, Ray.
All right, I have to say my favorite driver, one of the most ones, was Rance. I had pictures. My mom would take me to, I was only like 10 years old, my mom would take me and drop me off at Fairgrounds, this little ragged ass Instamatic Kodak camera or whatever it was he had. I had to take out 12 pictures, I had to roll the film up, then take it to get it developed. But anyhow, I remember one night, Rance was leading the race. Somebody got hit in the intersection, something, he had her tire came off, went up in there 40, 50 feet, whatever he had, come back and landed right dead in the middle of the roof of his car and caved down all the way to the dash.
I've seen pictures.
Hey, it didn't slow him down one.
It was Raymond's picture. He's taking the picture.
Hey, I did have it up.
They didn't have bars up there back then, I don't think.
He never skipped a beat.
Just that rear hood with a bucket seat.
He still went on and won the race.
I remember seeing that
Air
car.
Force
I had
Army
to be
belts.
really little, but I can remember that car.
Hey, he
sitting
put
down by the
ass
shop.
went on between him and I guess Bobby and Dale Earnhardt. Chuck Winters was my favorite driver from Louisville. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get no better than him.
I tell people all the time, Bobby, Raymond's brother Bobby, he was good.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he wasn't as good at Raymond at though, donuts. He flipped his ass.
No,
He did.
he could get up through that traffic.
Yeah,
He was good.
He was good.
Smart too, racing.
Yeah. He's real good on the oval. That's about like up Salem. Matter of fact, I built this car.
He's so high strung.
I built this car to run Louisville. I built this Cadillac to run Louisville, and I took it over at practice. I said, don't even bring it back. Roger done did so much shit to it, they wouldn't even let me run it. Cage is so far back. So anyhow, I was going to try to run Sportsman with it, which didn't work out. But anyhow, I thought, well, shit, we run Salem with it. So Goldie said, just do whatever you got to do to make it a Halloween race. Bobby's going to run that person. We pulled in, Big Todd, Wade Johnson did the springs and stuff on it. Unload our milk crates, tools and stuff, and we parked beside Kimball and Big Todd asked Frank, or Bill, there said, can we use y'all's air if we need it? He said, yeah, if you need to. About 20 laps into it, Bobby done passed Kimball on the high side going down the back stretch. Bill said, can't use our air now. That's the only race the car. Then I wound up selling the Emo, which Emo was one I looked up to.
Oh, quite a few features that one.
Yeah, he come up to me and said,
ended up selling to
he
some
said,
guy
well,
on
I'll
the
tell you what, y'all sure built a nice car there.
Y'all won a lot of races in any car though.
Yeah, we're pretty good over there.
Yeah. But I'd say Rance was my favorite, most favorite.
You listen, Rance, you hearing this? All right, you hearing this?
It ain't gonna work, man.
But anyway, he was for real, you know what I'm saying?
Frank's his favorite, and then he tried to kill his son.
It looked worse than what
I just try to get his son's attention.
I think you got it.
Because of Frank.
Got mine too.
Because of Frank. Big Frank.
I didn't remember the tire cutting off. I didn't.
Frank's ass, man.
Yeah, Frank's
Probably watched that video. Probably wasn't really me.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Calvin, who did you look up to?
Oh, of course, I was my dad. I like watching my dad. But back in them times, when I say all the way back in the little time, Jim Taylor, Smokey Bishop, Paul McNear. That's why I run for, because I always like Paul McNear.
Yeah, see, I didn't ever know them guys.
Andy Virtues, of course. Oval, Larry Meadows, Jesse Beard. I remember them guys. I mean, but that's going.
Listen, Calvin's a little bit older than you guys.
All the people you just named though is kind of like when we race. Anybody could win any given night.
Yeah,
all
right.
them guys could win.
I used to always look at when we run at Louisville. There was 5 or 6 guys I got to get by. If I can get by them 5 or 6,
But 18 of them could have won.
Yeah. And they were the 5 or 6 that I would key on. If I wasn't starting in front of them or behind them or whatever. That's what I would key on them
You
guys.
just think about it, honestly, though. I mean, there's a lot of races won between us sitting right here.
Yeah.
And any given Friday, Saturday, or Sunday that we raced, there was 18 guys that could win. I was looking at the video of my 2-hour that year. I think I qualified like 16th or 14th or something. And I'm watching the lineup go through, and I'm like, where the fuck am I at? I'm like, gosh damn. And I don't know how I ended up back there because me and Chris was the first one that year that got us into whatever the second was. We were like 19-second bracket or whatever it was we were qualifying. 22s or whatever it was.
Yeah, 22.
You,
It was like
you got
23.
into it, and then I went and bumped you, and then I got in, and then you bumped me, then I bumped you back. But for some reason, I was starting in the back. And then I didn't remember being an
That
invert
could
or
have been
anything.
another year maybe.
It might have been the second year that it, but that was, no, that was the purple and
Now,
yellow
when,
cars.
when they reverse us around turns, I like it.
Yeah,
I
I
had
like
advantage. I feel like
That
we
car
did.
that his
Down the
son's
far
driving,
end,
and Matt's driving right now, I couldn't tell how many times that thing, it was almost undefeated going
Oh, man,
backwards.
loves running backwards.
Yeah, car
Yeah,
loved
backwards.
backwards.
When,
I didn't like it. I went up there
when,
with
when I go in the scoreboard turn,
I don't think I liked it.
I could drift it up, or I could take it, drift it up, and dive it off. And
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Everybody would come off the corner. They'd get to the intersection. They'd go to swing over to get out. Well, I would time it to where when they'd swing over, of course, I had a big motor.
Yeah.
I could pull up beside them.
Like
And then I just,
lightweight crank.
and then,
Back down.
and then I had to break, just out brake them. Well, back then, remember, that's when we had them. We started running the soft pad.
Hey, I love
about-
Hey, it'd be like a sparkler show. Nobody would know, like.
Hey, that was right
I think I was one of the first to run them.
What about the time
Dave would
that,
take them off his late model, and I'd run them at Louisville. Like in winter.
We would run them and actually run all those on rotors every 2 weeks. Throw the rotor away. Get
blind
the
tap
rotors.
rotors.
Raymond be taking them up there and getting warm.
Get two more.
but what about the time you figured out Raymond could keep a secret when you broke the transmission? He seen what your crankshaft
No,
looked
yeah,
like.
no.
That's what got me hard. That's what got me hard.
Well, at the time he was driving for
Bobby Carter.
Bobby Carter.
Everyone racing.
Bobby Carter told him.
Probably the
said-
only year you didn't win a race.
said, what do you think about these
Except for
these
my
cars?
car,
And he
yeah.
said, let me tell you what, these son of bitches got bigger motors. I got my Outlaw.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Me and
You don't
Bobby
try to do
Carter,
everything right. Bobby was, had the stock motor.
Hey, Bobby Carter.
If he broke a transmission and he asked Raymond to come over and help him,
Yeah,
he
he
pulled
broke
that torque burner off and he seen that little bitty ass crankshaft. He's like, you cheap motherfucker.
It wasn't cheap.
That's what it is.
There wasn't none in the rules.
No, there was not.
You measured it, but you ordered the wrong damn one.
That's what you would come up my house
Calvin
and
was
say,
smart. He went up Lexington. He had good. He was making money.
hey,
He spent a whole money. See?
you would come out my house and say,
$30,000 budget.
you think you might want to drive one of them cars for Jimmy and Calvin? I said, hell yeah. Jimmy said,
I seen that crank, hell
Jimmy
yeah,
said,
drive it.
Jimmy said, when I see you got underneath that car, see what was there and never did tell anybody.
We trust you.
Well, I was talking about that earlier today. I thought Raymond was winning everything, and then there was a period there at Louisville. Your cars wasn't that good, or I don't know if you didn't care that much, or what. And then
He
you
got
started
with you.
driving for Calvin,
Yeah.
and then
Then
you
he
was
come
kicking
back
ass
on. Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, it's fun.
You was winning everything up
You
until.
run junk.
Yeah.
When you had your own car for you,
Well, they
you
started
literally run
advancing.
junk, didn't you?
Yeah,
Then
he
the
wasn't
junk car
advancing.
got
He's
cheap.
still running.
Yeah, he's still running.
Raymond was running junk car
Early
shit.
90s shit.
Well, I had a
And
sponsor.
Tony,
man. I
Tony was
spending
getting the
more
shock
money.
set off to
Raymond
Bilstein to
was
get
running
fixed.
still. Yeah.
Tony was the first one to get the Bilstein
Kevin
shot.
Weaver, that,
Yeah.
Huey started, because I was getting them, and Huey's up in
Yeah.
hell, they sell them.
Yeah.
So Kevin Weaver built us the first set, and then he's coming in.
Tony's car going,
That's
we're
the
doing all
same
kinds of
time-
crazy shit.
At the same time, I moved
How's
over
his
on
do that?
7th Street, and then Huey come over and tried to look at the shops and shit, and they like everything was painted black. And he said, God damn, y'all top secret.
Yeah, I got to be just good friends up with Mike. He got me some of that shop.
He'd say that shit all the
Yeah,
time.
you find out what it is, you'll be selling them next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
I remember.
Your mom
Tom
told me
Secret.
with that deal, yeah.
I remember I guess I was maybe 20. Tony had that shop over behind that bar there.
7th
Whatever it
Street.
was. I remember going out and saying, golly, man, he's got it made. Don't he? Look, he's got these race cars are brand new, perfect,
I had to go
beautiful.
somewhere, he would kick me out.
I didn't know you had heart. I was like, golly, man, he's got all the money to spend. You know, I'm
We
thinking,
was at Huey's when he built that new building. I was the first one to put a scratch in that floor. And I didn't
well, I
want to go
caught it
back
on
there.
fire.
That's why you got kicked out.
No, it was a couple years later. Then David Heaton and them wanted to come in there or something.
Well, I built the car in the
We
front
just
garage
traded. They had that building over there, and I
at
took-
Huey's one winter, and the next year I built another new one, and the front garage. But the new garage just got done. I took my race car back to the backer. He said, "You want to work on your car here?" I'm thinking, "Yeah," because I'm down at my dad's. It was a little bit tough.
Yeah.
But so me and Huey I'm working on the car back there. I had a torch and I was doing something, cutting on it. And of course, Huey was picky about that floor.
Oh, he had to mop up every night.
Huey said, "Come on, let's go get something to eat." I said, "Okay." Well, I didn't know, but me and Huey left, and I caught a rag on fire somehow. When we came back, and that garage was on fire. It was smoking. Just a rag caught on fire in there. Oh, he was about to die.
I bet it was doing some rolling in, wasn't it?
But I kept my car over there for a while, but I don't know.
I didn't want to
why
let see
took it
my
off.
secrets.
Yeah.
Tony got one of them.
Yeah.
Which one was
This is before you guys.
The intake.
I think a year or two later, that's when you started building your cars.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well, our deal was, like I told him, I said, with me living so far away, work and business and stuff, I said, I just don't have time. I just can't make it back and forth. So we actually made a deal to where we gave him 40% of what we won, and we paid all expenses.
He kept it up.
And he kept it up. And
he gave me $20 a week to do the maintenance.
and he'd keep it up.
You got paid?
And I mean, really, it most time once you got going, when we won enough, it took care of itself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, 'cause we can make some money.
one year I won over 30,000. You think about winning, it's hard to win 30,000 today.
Yeah.
To back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, and I'd won all. That's a year that I won all the big races, and you won the championship. And you said,
Was that Louisville? Or?
yeah, it was in Louisville. And you told me, you said, you know, I'd had a pretty damn good year if you had, we might come in. I started running late.
Yeah.
I didn't start the year out. I started out like in May or something, late May. And then, I mean, you still, you know, you won your fair share, but normally the big races, we had won them. We won at the Drome that year, just one of them years, you know.
I don't know how many. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know for sure. But I'm thinking. I did a lot more winning. You guys have kind of quit. You know, I would win 5-7 races a year or whatever.
So,
I'm just trying to think.
Me and Alex just
I mean, I
talking
know
about
one
that.
way
Like,
over
it's nothing
100.
for
I don't
us.
know Raymond. I don't maybe won a lot more. I don't know. But I think we probably all won 100 features.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Well, you didn't count. You didn't care.
No, we
It was
didn't
about
know,
next
but
week.
I was thinking about that. I don't know, you know.
That's like,
I
I know one time when we was
Charles.
in Charlestown, Wayne Deasy at the driver's meeting, he said, "I need to talk to you, Ryan." This is for the gas fuel.
I would say, well, Brian, pick up
Yeah, he said.
he just woke up, you know,
Yeah.
after that gas story.
He said, I was going your insight on what do you think I could do to get our car count up. I said, you probably take some money off the top and spread it throughout the field. He said, what? He said, I didn't answer. I thought I was going to get out of you. I done won like 12 or 13 in a row, right?
Yeah.
He said, that ain't the answer I was going to get from you. I thought to myself, shit, I got me a little nest egg built up. You can spread it on after I get some more cars. I told her, I said, you're going to need to take some of that money off the top. I said, because if I was in one of them guys' position thinking the best I could finish was be in the top 5, I hope there'd be some money there.
Right.
I said, you take some of that money off the top, spread it throughout the field.
Yeah.
He said, are you serious? I said, that's what's going to get your car count.
Yeah,
there.
it's really like horse racing. It isn't about the winner; it's about the guys behind. That's what really keeps the sport.
You got to
going.
take care of the 5th,
Yeah.
15th place
Right.
guy.
Well,
That's the guys that keep racing.
No, it is. It is.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I told Chris one time, I said, you know, we were going to the races, I said, people don't care, the winners don't care. They don't care what it pays, they don't care nothing.
They're
They
coming.
won, they
They're
don't
coming.
care.
You're running for
They-
the money.
They're
They
coming.
can pay $1,000 to win and $1,500 for second. The guy in second will take that guy out for the win.
Right.
If he's got an opportunity to
Winner's
get,
always happy.
the winner's
That's
always
right.
happy. Yeah.
He'll spin you from third if he
Yeah.
I tell you right now, like Chuck Winter, we went down to Lucy.
He'll drive a park car into you and crash you.
Man, my kid was hungry back then, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have no job making a bunch of money. I had to mother what
You didn't move to Lexington.
Yeah, you didn't leave me less than.
Hell yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah. They had like Chuck Winter, we get down to Volusia County. And Chuck said, we had to run last chance race. Chuck said, I'll spin a motherfucker out getting that race. So sure enough, old John Canals, hey, they're going down the back stretch. I was like, they're the last chance race. So I'm saying John Canals cut down into Chuck's quarter panel and tried turning, getting in the corner. About 3 laps later, Chuck backed off over a little bit. Made a little right-hand turn. John Canals went through the guardrail. And then Chad come around. That's when Chad was his crew chief or whatever. And I forget the guy's name that was helping us anyhow. He run in there. John Canals come run all the way around the track. stuck his hand in Chuck's car. Chuck took his hand and pushed up against the roll bar. Old boy just went all down on his knees right there.
Yeah.
He's I'll spin motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Did y'all slick the track up one time in Nashville and sneak in at night?
Well,
Or Chuck? Or something like, they were qualifying late models, and Chuck was somehow, they were qualifying the next day, and Chuck was in the field, and then qualifying rained out, and y'all put transmission oil in the track. That wasn't you. Maybe it wasn't you.
They just stole the U-Haul tire on the way there. He didn't put no transmission on
You
that.
know what I mean? Like, so they had to work on the track the next day. It would suck when the guys qualified.
I don't remember.
Somebody told me that.
I ain't gonna tell everything I know.
He said I've admitted enough tonight.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. With the way that racing is now, and like I said, I know Chris and Calvin, they're dealing with the dirt racing, but Raymond's getting old now, he's young. But Raymond and Artie, you guys are dealing with pavement racing, two different aspects. What do you guys think can be done to help racing? Because I truly believe the kids that are growing up now, you know, I don't know if this is the old man, get off my porch, it'll never be that good. But what do you guys think can help the sport? Because you guys you've been in it, you've done it. I mean, Pat was a tech man. We've all been involved in the sport. What do you guys think is the most important thing to progress the sport? Because our area, the paved tracks generally in our area right now, they're struggling. I mean, they're struggling really bad. So what do you guys think can help?
Well, most of the racers today he raced, his son's racing, vice versa. It's been passed down. The new, there isn't much of it. I mean, society's changed so much with computers and social media. And
you got so much to do in your life in general. Travel ball, like us. We're considering quitting racing because Alex's daughter is starting to play travel ball this year.
We're talking about travel ball. I remember
Mark Harmon, one of the best racers around here ever, I think, had quit because his son started playing travel ball.
When the year I won the championship over at Sportsdrome, Shane was playing ball. He was playing in the Cal Ripken World Series up there as a 12-year-old, I think. But anyways, Jimmy wanted to win it really bad.
And you're at Sportsdrome racing.
And I was like, man, this is more important, the kids. So I'm trying to take care of the kids. But then I didn't want to let him down. So I remember catching. He's there at week. I caught a flight, and I had it all timed out. I had the daggone truck parked at Louisville Airport. I'm going to fly in, come in, go race, fly back out the next morning. So I get to the airport, the flight's been canceled. I got to sit there and maneuver and get a flight into Lexington. Then I'd turn around and pay a guy, at that time, $100 in a cab to drive me to the track.
Then get a ride at the airport to get my truck.
Then get a ride at the airport to get my truck to fly. So I had to do all that, in order to win the championship. And we ended up winning it.
All those years I raced, it was the same way. I was head coach on my daughter's softball teams, both of them, two different age groups, and I was assistant coach on Alex's baseball teams, and I was head coach on his basketball.
That's the same way. Shane traveled all over the country.
And I still race 3 nights a week. I mean, we made it happen. People don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of people say, well, it costs so much. Well, I agree, it costs a lot.
Does.
But I don't think. Well, back then we raced. We didn't have no money to race.
No.
We just did it. We were going to show. We were going to race.
Yeah.
We were going, no matter what, at all costs. We were going to be at that racetrack.
I mean, there's guys today, I'm sure. I mean, I did it back then. I didn't have the money I have today, but back then, I remember, I'd take my damn rent money.
We was
Whatever, because I figure I'm going to win, and then I'll take that money.
No.
And then today,
The desire is gone.
well, the people, it's just so expensive.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Fords, I don't think there'd be no racetrack.
The Fords have got way out.
The one that's Salem, we're at Salem for the last race up at Salem.
Yeah.
And it cost us about $1,200 to go up there and run one race. Tires are good for one race and that's it. And at the time, we break the transmission. And I'm like, without dropping a hat, I mean, just that quick, I'm thinking, where can I get a transmission? We're racing. We're going to change this transmission.
Right.
95 degrees out here, hot ass concrete. We're going to get one. So I found one, $2,000. painter, hop in the truck, drive to Bardstown, Kentucky from Salem, go get this transmission. We're going to start tearing this out. We're not even going to get to qualify. We're going to start dead last in this race. And we get it all done, and we don't have a stellar day. We ended up 6th. And we get up in the campers, we're staying up there, and we get in bed, and Kelly looks at me, she's like, well, how bad did that hurt? I said, well, let me just put it to you this way. For what I spent after he broke, not getting here, after he broke, the last time me and you went to Universal Studios by ourselves, we could have done that still. For what I spent afterwards.
Yeah.
What does it pay to win at Salem?
It pays $1,500 to win a 50-lapper, and then $2,000 to win on a 75 lapper.
It cost you $1,200.
You can barely pay your way if you win it.
$2,000, $3,000. But a tire is $240. One tire. It's good for one night. You put a 2 on, it's junk. It's throw it away. You know, so you know how it is. It's expensive.
People have just found other things to do with their money.
Well, it's just the time.
Yeah.
If you want to be competitive, I mean, you really like going up here and running this 3
Y'all
hours.
make me yawn, dog.
These guys that
It's your coffee or cigarettes.
it's their life.
That's a quiet
That's what they do. And it's hard to go up there and just go show up and compete
Well, you've
against.
been too big,
But
dog.
you understand that going in, and you're okay with that.
Give me a bucket too.
Yeah,
You've been too big, dog.
But it's at the end of the day, for
You've
me,
been too big,
I
dog.
think it's more important to take care of your family and do what's right. Even though as much as I love racing, most people can't afford it. And if they're doing the right thing, most likely, you know, they take care of their
When I was
family.
going up to 3 hours, spending all that money on tires, and I might have them stacked in here,
Oh.
sets everywhere, and I'd spent a fortune. And my wife would come out here, she'd be like, golly, look at all these tires. But then every time I'd come home to the 3 hour, I'd come in the back door, I'd have a new refrigerator. New dryer. She knows I ain't gonna say shit.
Can't say nothing.
I done spent 10 grand to come up here and race.
Yeah.
Raymond, what do you think they need to do for that sports dome? I mean, you're there every week. You're
Yeah.
still living in it, so
I tell you, I don't know what would help them. They probably need to, I don't know,
They
maybe
need
it's
to
so
cater to
expensive.
the modified oval and 8 for a little while, somehow.
Well,
And get more of them out. There's cars out there. There's,
Most of the biggest crowds are gimmick racing.
What I feel like they ain't built no new cars over there forever.
Yeah.
And the cars are so like just Sports Strong Limited.
Yeah, but there's still 10 Sports Dome figure 8 cars that can show up on any Saturday night, and they won't because they decide to
Well,
do
what I
something
don't
else.
understand, like week 4 last, we had our mid-season championship, and we had 9 cars. The following week, which
At
is not
13 or
a
special event.
It's a regular 25 lap
and we
feature,
got
no heat
and we
races.
got 13 cars.
Yeah.
Where was them other 4 cars at on mid-season?
and there's another
Why would
team.
they want to race when it?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of guys, they know they can't win, they
Right.
don't want him racing.
That's
anymore.
exactly why I
We
quit
had,
I mean, the
Yeah.
cars are so close now, for real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're.
I spend the same money that Ben Tunney and Mark Tunney and them are spending to go race the Outlaws, and I didn't take them near as serious as Chris did for a few years. And Chris was very, very competitive in them, and I was
You got robbed
average.
out 3 hours one
Yeah.
time, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
I said that.
I got tired of going up and running.
I don't think officials should ever. He might not like how it got and how the race ended, but he don't dictate the outcome.
Yeah.
When you start dictating the outcome, you got a problem.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to like it, but you know.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. It is what it is. You might not like that he dumped him on the last lap, right? But you know, it is what it is.
I'm telling you, if that'd been me, some of that, there have been 2 cars fucked up. I promise you that.
So you don't think for 50,000 to win or any kind of shit going on up there?
Are you going?
I am.
Yeah, say, Artie, hold on a second. Calvin's going too, right?
Yeah, I was going.
Yeah. So, what are we looking forward to? Let's talk about that. We're getting close. Hey, close enough where you got to start working on shit. I know that.
Yeah, I just, I'm trying to just totally revamp the whole car. I run it about
Oh, so
a
you're
month
gonna run that
ago.
old car?
Yeah, but I've got a new motor coming for it.
I've asked Jimmy twice to
the
drive
whole
that
rear
car.
end.
I think it can be a good piece.
I took the whole rear end's gone. I got one. I mean,
We started off-
this thing was towed out an inch and a
We
half.
started off with a bent tube.
That's good.
Yeah. No
Helps
shock.
the turn good.
Oh, I mean, it was like a nightmare. There was a handful.
Well,
It was
my thought process is I didn't want to run at all. I'm pretty happy where I'm at. And Alex kept saying, "Come on, let's do it one last time." Remember the days
That's
when you didn't
kinda
race
how
Outlaw, and we would just build a car the month of, and we'd go over and just try to make the show and just try to finish as many laps as you can get.
You know, I got to hear,
and I said, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that
I'm
now.
like,
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that earlier.
So I would just want to go one last time for myself and just take it all in. You know how much pressure it is up there. Every time we go, we just beat ourselves to death.
well,
and
the
I'm
only
gonna
thing
try
I don't
not
like
to do
about
that.
it, the only thing I don't like about it is you're not on the big tires.
They are.
It's harder.
Yeah, they are.
To the 10 inch.
10-inch tire.
But still,
Is it a different
but
tire?
it's not-
it's a different tire.
It's
Okay,
not
that'll give you that'll
That'll
help a
help,
little bit.
but it ain't
Yeah.
the meats.
It's a tire they want on weekly.
Yeah.
No. It's a tire they run in Florida.
Yeah,
Okay, but that'll
but
help
what
you,
I'm
yeah.
saying is, it'll help, but you know what I mean?
Well, that evens it out because not everybody's been practicing on that all year.
Right. Yeah, that's what my thing the last few years have been on the small
On a
tire.
10-inch wheel, right?
And them guys been running every week.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're way behind when you get there. Now at least everybody's kind of got. Now they have run them in Florida. When they run Florida in February, that was on that same tire, different racetrack, different conditions, but it is that tire.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same guys. I mean, they're Shockers really got them covered right now.
Yeah, I don't care what you put them on. Those
Yeah.
top five
They're
are going to be your top
Man, them
five.
tunnies, man, their DNA has got motherfucking race in it. That damn, it ain't funny, it is a tunny.
Yeah.
Dang, getting her some kind of genes or something.
Well,
Shackelford's got
Yeah, Shackford's got something.
He's got something going on.
Then you got Eddie Van.
Yeah,
It's
but
the
he
genes.
went over here.
Eddie Van Meter got Eddie Van Meter's
All he's
got
got is lease.
little
Connor.
Dalton
Shocks,
Connor's
no coil.
car.
He got a top leak on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
They're all good cars.
I would say
What he's
right
got,
now,
no
Shackelford's
motor.
probably. I ain't been around it.
No.
I ain't been up there. I ain't even watched them.
Yeah,
But
it's
Shackelford's
ABC.
probably.
The favorite.
He's got to be probably one of the better.
Well, that's what I said. I said, you know, we used to go, what, 90-10 front, 50-50 in the rear?
We had a Calor drive on my
Now.
side. Last
Keep it pretty basic,
Yeah.
you know. I don't think
Yeah, I
that
like
you, I think they get too extravagant, you know.
Yeah.
He can make that car turn.
They got double,
Anywhere-
two-way shock,
But
three-way
like I
shock.
said too
They got
before,
all this crazy shit on this car.
there ain't too many guys up there with good race cars.
Right.
I mean, top. Mark Tunney's got a $70,000-$80,000 race car. I don't know about the Connor car. I'm not really sure, but a lot of them guys got $30,000 race cars.
That's Kevin bought Connor's car now.
Oh, okay.
And that's what Eddie's driving. Van Meter's driving it.
Okay.
And Dawsey just built a brand new car. He had that car first of Dalton's.
Well,
Sold
I
it
would
back,
say
and then he's
Dawsey
got
would
a
have a
new-
better shot than winning than Van Meter because he's been racing up there all year. He ain't going to show up there.
He hasn't been doing too good
No.
in the
Dawsey
beginning,
has
but
been-
he's adjusting.
Dawsey has gotten steadily better every week. Now he's I would consider him about a 5th to 7th place car right
Yeah.
now. But his knowledge and his abilities, I think he could be in contention to win that race just being smart using his.
I thought I wanted to race again, maybe about 2 years ago. And I'd gotten Buddy's car over Sportstrom, Murray's car, and they were practicing. I don't know, it was a weird time of year.
Yeah, I was there that night.
And I get in there and I don't fit in there, of course, worth of shit. And I'm all jammed up. I pull out there and I'm excited, you know, get out here and going. And I get out there and I make 8 or 10 laps.
And that's all you
know
need.
What? I said,
That's what I do now. I get in Alex's car. I go make 4 laps and
going
say,
that good. I'm
good.
thinking,
Yeah, you talk about the pressure. You ain't running good. Yeah. When I was over there, I'm like, I knew, I was like,
I had a car
It's just
drive
junk.
one and I thought about it for about 30
You know,
seconds. And
I knew it was
nope.
junk.
Yeah, I had 2 chances this year, 2
Yeah.
offers. And it'd be okay. You know, probably be a pretty good car. And I thought, you know what? Unless Mark Tunney gets COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
But he's gonna have to pass it on to the others.
Yeah, I'm not. No. If I could sit in that car,
Oh,
Yeah.
I would be tempted.
I tried to get in the backup car,
I would be tempted.
and they weren't doing nothing.
There's
with
others
Christina.
too. I'm not
But then
saying
Mark
it's that one,
drove
but there's a
that car
couple
last
of them.
week. That's what Mark was in, and it's
There's a couple
pretty
others.
sporty.
Yeah,
But
there's a
nobody
couple
driving
others,
there.
but you know, like Calvin's got a tall. The car he's gonna be running, it could be good. It could be not. If it's not, you know, he just
Right, but
Yeah.
I've got that kind of attitude.
Right.
I'm going
Could
over
be
there
good.
with intentions of
Already
being
kind of the same
competitive.
way.
It ain't.
You know.
I'm
I mean, it is
I'm
what
going
it
to try
is.
to just take it all in and enjoy it where I've
Jeff,
never been able to enjoy
my
it
brother
before.
Jeff, last 3 hour he raced, he was up there, he still had a car. I think I'd done quit pretty much. And him and my dad's up there and he's sucking, you know. And he called me. I mean, I got to qualify in the next day. I made the field. I'm starting last. What do you think I should do? I said,
Put the gears in.
I said, man, I don't know. I said, if you're starting last and it sucks, I mean, just run a few laps, pull in, hell with it. He said, that's probably what I'll do, because this car just, it ain't doing no, it sucks and this and that. So I'm going to a dirt race where Ben's racing or somewhere, and the race has been running about 30 minutes. And I look at my race pass or one of them, I thought, son of a bitch, Jeff's leading this son of a bitch. How in the hell? I'll tell him to load up.
Yeah, Chris, you might as well just go ahead and call it night. Yeah, piss on it. So, before we get off here, first off, appreciate you guys coming out and doing this. But I want to kind of get y'all's final thoughts. Two questions, kind of, not a two-part question, but first question, I know the answers are going to be different because of where you're at in your stages of life, so we'll just start with Calvin around the corner. A, do you miss it? And what do you look forward to the most with the sport?
Oh, I definitely miss it. Or I wouldn't be getting ready to run, you know. And I'm at the point like, do I have to do it? No, but I do because I can, you know. And I'll be at the end of the month. This month I'll be 65, and you know, physically I'm active. I'm busy. I work every day and so forth physically. So I don't worry about that. But yeah, I miss it. I mean, like you could sit and hear all the BS that we all talked about. And
that gets it going, don't it?
Oh, yeah,
Get some juices flowing.
Yep, I gotta make this drive home.
Yeah.
Pumped up.
Scoot up to the table a little bit, let's talk.
But no, yeah, I miss it. I do. But you know, I get my fix going to watch my son run, watching other people run, and you know, I'm real careful about my advice because you know, would've, could've, and should've. You know, that can sometimes you try to expect something out of somebody else that's maybe ain't caught up there yet, and which is fine. But all these guys, I mean, we've all had our run-ins. You know, these were the guys that when I say there was 5 or 6, well, these are the 5 or 6. You know, that you figured you always had to get by because if you didn't, they were going to beat you.
One of them did.
Well, that's kind of why I got this group together.
Yeah, and you kind of do. I mean, there's some others, but in general, you kind of knew when you rode in, or I did. I always look to see where they were starting, different ones, what lap, you know, because a lot of times, hell, I'm starting, you lead the points, Louisville, you're starting on the tail.
25 laps.
25 laps, you're 24.
Yeah.
I won
So
3
somewhere along
races
the line,
that
you're
year.
going to pick off 2 or 3 in a lap. And I mean, I've done it many times, but I'm going to tell you what, most times you're like, damn, I got to have a caution. I can't get there, I need a caution. And sometimes you might have to cause a caution.
Oh,
You know?
Like you had Randy.
Yeah, Randy. Shit, I already have one in mind myself. Shit, I'm gonna give me a call.
You miss it, Raymond? What do you? Cause, I mean, you're still in it every week. You're still fighting, arguing, still drumming it.
Probably a little bit, but I'll tell you what, just watch my son, man, it's hard on him, you know what I'm saying? I imagine the stress that I put on people if they felt the same way when I was out on track. Man, I tell you what, it makes me a nervous track. I don't look at the bottom of these stars. Mother shot wore the whole bottom off brand new pair of shoes. Sitting still, walking in circles. And I tell you what, but
Bobby, you see me in the bleachers.
Oh yeah, Chris, I'm doing this shit. I said, how the hell is he the smooth racer?
Well, because you'll see them do something and you're like, you're wanting to tell them, you know, why.
I don't need a radio.
I mean, that's no real. I go, Matt run that Halloween race up there at Salem last year. They was talking about radio, and I said, no, I can't have no radio. Hell no. So they took the radio elsewhere.
I've been, you know, sticking, and I wouldn't go to the top or something, you know, and I motion to the top, and then I'm like, I go over to the wall and start smacking it. I mean,
Once
to
you
the
right
top,
here.
up to the top, not
middle
10-foot top, up to the top, and Sometimes I just back off and let it go. Just,
Do whatever you want. Piss on it.
you know, I'm here to support you. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is, you know.
What about you, Artie?
Yeah.
I miss physically sitting in the seat. I don't miss all the drama and all the BS that goes on now. Our drama was different then. I mean,
And no Facebook. No Facebook.
yeah, no Facebook stuff. I physically miss sitting in the seat. So when we go up to Texas at Salem,
I wasn't done talking about how I was it.
Go ahead,
Calvin, interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't be bullshit now. It's like we get spun out. Again. I mean, but just being there with Matt, you know what I'm saying? And like Calvin talked about, you know, and Chris also with your children, you know what I'm saying? It's impressive, you know what I'm saying? But as far as misdriving, I'm missing that bullshit. As far as helping Matt, you know, do what he's done, and he's been pretty good at it, you know what I'm saying? We're looking forward to this outlaw race itself, you know, but I think we'll be all right.
All right, now can Artie talk now?
Yeah, no, Artie can talk.
Okay, I'm just checking.
yeah. I mean, just the being in the seat is what I do miss, and I don't know that you ever. I think you have to walk all the way away from it. And as long as my son's racing, that scratches that itch. I tell people all the time, I don't care if he runs dead last. I do, but I get a good feeling that him, no matter what he does on the track, is better than anything I've ever accomplished on the racetrack. You just can't explain it until you see your son out there doing it. And it's. I always wanted him to run the figure eight. I thought that's what he would do.
He's smarter than that.
And then I was planning for him to go to the figure eight once he decided he wanted to race, and then he never would tell me why. And then I got in talking to Danny Smith's son, Greg, and me and Alex, when we first started racing, we were at each other all the time. And Kelly's like, if you motherfuckers can't get this right, we're done. This is supposed to be fun. This is not fun. And Greg Smith told me, he said, man, you don't understand what kind of pressure it is to be Danny Smith's son. And he's talking about Ben driving, you know, and Chris's son and your son. I'm like, there's no pressure. Utilize our benefits. Let us help you get where you need to go. And they're like, yeah, but we'll probably never be as good as you guys were. I said, Chris was better than his dad. I was better than my dad. I only hope that my son's better than me. And it's my job to try to get you there. And they just didn't want to follow our footsteps and do the figure eight. And he said, we want to do oval. We can't go wrong there. There's nothing to live up to. All we gotta go is do our thing. I said, man, it's just, if you run figure eight, it would be the same way. Nobody expects you to be great. Nobody expects you to do anything. Just go out and do your thing. So Alex didn't want to do the figure eight. So I'm like, okay, I'm not a big oval guy, but we'll try it. And I'm really, really having a good time with it. The last 3 years, I have learned to not be dad, just be crew chief. It was really hard being car owner, crew chief, and dad all at the same time. It's like Calvin saying, you see him make a mistake, you're like, fuck, what are you doing? You know, and I'm on the radio talking to him.
That's really helping.
It's hard for me to not tell him what he's doing wrong.
Go get hung up on.
And then we're arguing on it, and then he's like, well, they ain't got any brakes. We mean ain't got no brakes. They ain't got any brakes. I said, well, they ain't got no fucking brakes, park it. He's like, well, I got a little bit of brake. I'm like, okay then, drive the damn thing. So we would argue all the time, and then I was like, you know what? I gotta quit being that guy. I gotta just be crew chief. I don't need to tell him, hey, take it easy here. Let's save the car. There's 5 laps to go, running third. Let's don't tear nothing up. You know, don't try to protect it and save us money. Just go fucking race and do what you do and do the best you can. And whatever it is what happens. Now that I've learned to do that, the last 3 years have been an absolute ball with him. And now we're getting ready to do the same thing probably in softball with my grandbaby. You know, I can't wait to experience that stuff with them. So we'll see how all that goes, and who knows. We are planning on selling our car, but we're also planning on getting a Crown Vic so we can try to run
right there.
We're trying to run a few races in the Crown Vic just to go play. Those cars are slowly becoming race cars. But right now you can still not work on them day in and day out and still be competitive. So we're going to try to do that for a year or two, and then if the softball thing kicks off and goes like we think, then we will probably be done racing.
It'll just get bigger.
Yeah. Calvin, don't worry, it's just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Pat. So you've kind of been the one. You and Tony. The rest of them are still kind of in it. You and Tony, y'all are just fans now. So where do you stand on it?
I'm still
He's coming back to the 3-hour this year.
maybe the 3 hour.
Oh shit! The breaking news. I guess I should have asked that. I know you got 9 cars. I probably should have asked that.
I got a surgeon appointment in the morning for my shoulder, and if they won't operate, then I'm gonna.
You
And I got a
check the
grandson that just turned 17. Bought him a Crown Vic. He's trying to get all his other stuff done. They ride horses and all that.
Why'd you get that cheated up?
Hey, hang on. I never cheated.
No, that's right.
John, don't like
Me neither.
I'm helping 2 or 3 of
I've
them
never
Ford
been
guys.
DQ'd. Yeah.
John
Yeah.
won 2 weeks
I can't
ago.
say that.
I'm standing in
I never-
Victory Lane,
never
holding the
been
hood up,
Been
Dean's
once.
checking.
I got it once.
They
This
pull a
one
front
right
tire
here.
out.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, what you doing? He said, tell you
Gleason.
nothing.
I had a Gleason.
Okay. They go over and break it down. And the guy said, why you want me to break the tire down? He pointed to me. I'm like, what do I do? I don't know nothing about a Ford. He said, yeah, that's why we're looking. They crawled under it, took a tire off a wheel. And then Dean says, well, stay and look at our car. I'm like, it was a tire that run third.
Yeah.
No sense in looking at it, you know, messing with him, but yeah.
Reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna do a little bit of racing.
Okay.
If I still got 2 cars, 2 trucks, 3 trailers, and all kind of other shit. So don't sell nothing.
Well, Tony, you want to race? Pat's got an extra car. So
I done turned one down, I'm done. I quit on my own terms when I wanted to, so I'm good.
you
I got 10 grandkids, 1 on the way, two basketball players, 13-year-old girl that's pretty damn good, and the 10-year-old boy, so that keeps me going. That's my excitement.
All right, Chris. I know where you're at every weekend. Yeah, I kind of created a monster over there. So.
Yeah, I thought about it. I said,
They
man,
should have bulldozed
like
the
Cal was talking
backyard.
earlier, man, I wish I'd have run dirt when I was young. I'm thinking, you know, I don't know that if I would have probably been nuts racing. I'd have went broke. We wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Probably, 'cause I like
super.
racing that much, and I don't think I miss it. Really driving wise, like when Ben wins or something. That to me, that's like that feels better than me actually winning a race. You know, especially at this point. Like if I decided I'm gonna go back racing, I would feel really selfish. You know, and it's just always been a family thing for me. My dad, me, my brother, Mark. You know, all of us. Now Ben, so it's just my dad, me, Ben. You know,
And it's cool for me to see when your dad's not a spring chicken anymore. You're not real young anymore.
No,
and to see you guys in South Alabama somewhere on a Sunday afternoon, knowing you got to come back home and go to work
my
on
dad works on
Monday.
that race car, maintenance wise.
Yeah.
A couple days a week, every week. You know,
Race
so that-
probably puts 25 to 30 hours a week in
he's
the race
keeping
car.
all the drivetrain, all the engine, everything serviced. You know, we do bodies, setup, stuff like that. You know,
Still doing $20
But it's-
aluminum.
So it's cool to
Yeah, I'm
see
still
him.
doing $20 little bit
I've
there.
done like to be good racing, you got to have a good team.
Yep.
Is what even when I raced, I had good guys helping me. If you don't have a team, you're not going to do worth a shit.
No, that's right.
I mean, it's got to be a group effort. You know, this guy does this. Like Tony, when he was running good, he had a good team.
Yeah.
You know, Raymond, you guys were a good team. Everybody already had good guys. Everybody had good guys. You know.
Oh, you had half the damn pit.
So I don't.
I had to change all the tires.
Yeah, so that was always misconstrued. I had a lot of fans. I didn't want to work on a car.
A lot of guys in the pit.
Yeah, a lot of guys in the pits.
Okay.
Moral support.
Yeah, I had about three pretty dependable guys that was always around. It's still the same way. I've got 2 or 3 now that are there just about any time. It's with racing once a month. It's a little bit different now. Patrick comes over and helps most of the time because his work schedule matches up with mine. But when you race once a month, you can get the car done 1 or 2 days here or there. It ain't a full-time job.
I know
And y'all was talking about that though. that's another problem is you can't get people that used to just come hang out at the garage and work on the race car anymore.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be there by yourself or maybe one other guy, like
And
you
I'm
said.
not doing it by myself.
Yeah,
I will
well,
quit.
I mean, it used to be fun. Everybody come hang out, and that was the fun part of it.
I don't wanna
Halftime was
race
more
just
fun
to
in the
race.
garage than it was at the racetrack.
I don't want to race just to race. If I'm gonna go to that race that pays 50,000. Probably ain't gonna turn out that good for me.
Yeah.
Like because it takes a lot. A lot of people have, and you got to be. I wouldn't. Would I like to win? Yeah, I still like to win a race, but I don't want to do what it takes. I know what it takes.
And
to
realistically,
get good to win. I know what it takes. and how much
Realistically,
time-
you're not going to go up there and win that race.
No, I know how much time it takes and how much you got to put into it. It ain't everybody. We'd all like to jump in a car one night and go over and win a race. Hell, we won.
It's not like that.
Well, what's crazy is like on Chris when he started taking bin racing, Chris didn't know nothing about dirt racing, dirt tracks, nothing. And I got him a list of stuff together, and he says, "Well, where can we go this way?" I said, well, "Where do you want to go?"
Which direction
What do you
you
mean?
wanna
He
head?
said,
We were just
he said,
deciding.
I asked him, I said, so like the first year, I said, we're not going to run nothing back to back the same. So I gave him a list, and we're pulling these racetracks. Chris like, where the hell are we at? We got tracks all over the country. It's fascinating, and I'm sure Shane's the same way. You raced for all those years. You probably run 10 or 15 tracks.
Yeah.
Ben's first year of racing, he raced more tracks that year than Chris raced in 30 years. More different racetracks. Ben, he raced in more states, more everything.
It impresses me. We'll go to a track, say it's a half-mile high bank dirt track, never been there. He got to go out and qualify.
Yeah,
And he's
laps.
wide open.
3 laps, you're
I'm
wide
thinking, I couldn't do that.
Yeah,
Like,
we went to Thunder Mountain
Yeah,
not last week, week before, and
that's a cool place.
yeah, his first time out there.
It's qualified.
All that first lap on the
And
track.
I see Ben doing that. And
And
I'm
I tell him, I said, just don't lift.
Yeah.
Don't lift. Just scrub it, don't lift.
thinking, that's a cool place. Ain't it?
Yeah, it is. They're getting in there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good now. When they first built it, it was all gravel going up there. They had to pull
They
guys
gotta
up.
figure it out.
Yeah, they had to pull you up.
You want to race?
Ago,
Yeah.
Pull you in the track.
Yeah,
It was terrible.
Yeah, they stopped at the bottom of the hill. You stopped, and they hooked the backhoe to you and pulled you up the hill. Every truck that came in.
Thunder Mountain there in Corbin, maybe the raciest track in Kentucky right now.
Yeah.
Dirt race track.
It's pretty good.
When the last time I was there.
Now,
Yeah, it's like going up Mount Eagle with gravel. To get in there, it's on top of the mountain. The track is. You come to a stop, you head up a hill, and it's straight
Pits and
up.
bleachers are all above the racetrack.
Yeah.
It's down in a
we kind of like Lawrenceburg and Florence.
Lawrenceburg is a real good
Florence,
racetrack. Y'all have been there before,
fast.
probably.
I mean, if I half
It's
mile,
pretty nice.
just let it sing.
Lawrenceburg.
Yeah, we're
It used
going
to be
next
the
week.
Louisville Speedway of dirt tracks. It's really
Oh,
nice.
it's really, really nice facility.
Yeah.
Like I
You have
said,
to go next week with us. Oh, you'll like it. Sure.
Well,
Raymond will like it.
Half mile. I mean,
Calvin-
when you first look at it, it's intimidating.
Calvin will be hanging out with me next. I'm announcing those 2 nights.
Are you up there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we appreciate you guys coming on. Like I said, when people see when I tag everybody, they're gonna be like, "There is no way we got this together."
We gotta get a photo.
Well, you said 2 episodes. Yeah, there's probably 3 episodes.
No, it's only 2. We're good.
Everybody with fists.
We're in the 3-hour window. We are perfect. I've got this. That's why I keep looking down. We are good. I got to do all the editing. Trust me. We're good. Yeah, we'll all get together, and I'm glad we was able to bring you guys together. It's been 25 years in the making, so we appreciate Calvin making the long drive. We appreciate Tony holding us up a little bit.
He could at least bought us something to drink.
I had beer out there.
But
I didn't know I could bring it in here.
no, this is the shop. We're good.
We
But
gotta thank Chris for letting it happen.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. We want to thank Chris and Natasha for letting this happen.
Yeah, let's go to Tosh.
Because
She ain't come out here.
when I brought this idea up, she said, "Do what?" I said, "Trust me, it'll be fine." So, but thank you guys for coming, hanging out, and when it's all over and done with, all your grandkids gonna listen back. Hey, listen, we got to listen to them bullshit about those stories. So, so we appreciate you guys coming on, and
Looks like a Lowe's truck backing up to the garage.
yeah, we got the refrigerator is good. We think he's delivered a hot tub.
Yeah.
He's screwed. But until next time, we'll be trading sliders. So there you go, Flash.
Yeah.
That was Raymond Johnson, Calvin Crane, Artie Ware, Pat Pierce, Tony Anderson,
Chris Harmon.
Yeah.
And I think I just said it in the way they were sitting around the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So there was the Titans of the X. That's a lot to decompress.
Oh, yeah.
That is a lot to decompress.
And the way we did this, we had mics just sitting around the table. So you're going to hear a couple of places you probably heard people talking over each other a little bit. But that's just there's nothing we can do about that. So
yeah, that was,
you couldn't miss out. You just might have to go back and listen a couple times.
Yeah, because there's a couple times there's 2 or 3 stories going on at once.
At the same time, yeah.
Yeah. But that's the reason why we do what we do. We want you to feel like you're there shooting the shit, sitting around the table, and that's kind of what it was. It's one of those things. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it. It's one of those things that, we wanted to do something special for 100 consecutive weeks. We're coming up on 2 years consecutive. We're a few more, so we may do something special for that too. Not this special. Yeah. Not this special. We may do something special for that. Hold on a second. So our 2 years is probably going to be 3-hour weekend. Yeah. Or close.
Pretty close to it, won't it?
We'll get back to you on that. Yeah. We may have a special one.
Yeah.
We may have a World 100 / 3-hour / Super National special event. Yeah. We might do something like that. We might be able to incorporate all 3.
Fit all 3 of them in or something.
Not that I'm brainstorming on the fly, because that's what we do.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about that. We're just doing quick numbers on the math, but we know what 4 weeks is.
Right.
And so 101. So 3 weeks would be 102. That would be the 2-year anniversary. 3 weeks would be September 11th. It's World Championship weekend, Eldora weekend.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes things might just work out.
Sometimes things work out. There we go again. Yeah. I guess we probably should have, thought that 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But instead, we got 1,001 things going on. So,
right.
All right, Flash. Let's do a little breakdown real quick. First, was there anything that you learned in the interview that you didn't know?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. I mean, some people out there revving their engine up couldn't take off because their drive shaft was gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Pat. But in my defense, I did not take it.
Yeah.
Just like, Tony didn't take the tire off the U-Haul truck.
Right.
I did not take the drive shaft.
That's right.
I used it.
Yeah.
That was you know what's funny about that? That's been 20 years.
Yeah.
And I had no idea this whole time that was Pat's.
Yeah.
No idea at all. When he said that, I about pissed myself. I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I tell you, it came out of a red car back against the fence."
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, okay." So, and what's really funny is, he said, "Your car must have been cut down to 112 because that's what mine was, and that's what it worked in." That's hilarious because I didn't even think of it at the time when he come carrying a drive shaft. Yeah. Thinking back on it. And then pallet drive shaft wouldn't have worked if it wasn't cut down.
Right, yeah. That's true.
Yeah, I was like, sometimes, things just work out. That was one of those, it just worked out. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's a bunch of good stories in there that I hadn't heard.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of them because we used to hang out at Raymond's shop a little bit every now and then with him. So
yeah,
I heard quite a few of them. But
well, that's me. Yeah. But one thing that I really enjoyed how, Huey got brought up and talked about, and Raymond telling that story about Huey taking him to the racetrack and had him got weed shirt on.
Yeah.
The most non-drug person in the world wearing a hoodie. It says "got weed" on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was I really liked that. That was funny too. And one thing that I really like though, everybody's gone different directions. Chris is with his son racing dirt. Calvin is with his son racing dirt. Artie and them are running pavement and running Salem. And, it's just Raymond and his son Matt are, running figure eight, keeping the family tradition along. Pat's got grandkids racing. Tony's still involved in the racing world, so to speak, because he's painting and doing body work on all these street rides. Yeah. But
And Calvin,
Calvin, and we got some breaking news that Pat's going to run the 3-hour.
Yeah.
So we didn't know that was coming out. News. And I'm glad that waited to the second part. See, something else has just worked out.
Yeah.
I'm glad that waited to the second part. So, we could put that out. And Artie's running the World Championship this year. Calvin's running like half of the group was still racing this year in the World Championship figure 8 race. So that was cool. But one thing that I'm really proud of. Because when we do this, a lot of people are engaged on this week's show.
Yeah.
And, we're already working on next week and the following week's show. Because, like, a lot of times people will message me and be like, and it's not that I forget, but, that's so new to them where I did that editing 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that was all put together 3 weeks ago. So, but one thing that I'm really proud of is people in the area that's reached out, that's enjoyed the show. But not only that, we did something outside the box.
Yeah.
Something that a lot of people always said, so-and-so don't like so-and-so, or, can you believe that time Raymond did this? And, when a story's told, it changes 3 or 4 or 5 times.
Oh, yeah.
But when the two guys involved are sitting across from the table each other, you get the story.
Yeah, you get what it is.
Yeah. And not only that, it's like a time Calvin said, I'll tell you the first time I met Raymond, I hit the son of a bitch head on.
Yeah.
Stuff like that I enjoyed it. It was a good time, and I hope everybody else did too, because that's something that we've been working on for a while.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It was probably 6 months ago we thought about it.
Yeah, so for 6 months we thought about it, and we've pitched it to half of the guys involved.
Yeah.
Every one of them, yeah, that's awesome. And then when it got time to do it, I was going to reach out that week and tell everybody, hey, our show's coming up in a couple weeks. Can we get together next week? And then I got looking at Kurt and I's schedule, and I was like, oh shit, Flash. I done did the same thing like I did Mother's Day. I done dropped the ball, Flash. He's like, what do you mean? We're a couple weeks out. I'm like, no, we're leaving Thursday and not going to be home till Sunday for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And I said, so we're going to have to make this happen
this week.
This week.
Yeah.
And this was on a Monday night, and I called Kurt. I said, I'm gonna call you back and let you know what I can come up with. And I called Kurt back in an hour and I said, we're gonna do it tomorrow night at 7.
Yeah.
So thanks to all the guys for just at the drop of the limb. And Chris Harmon for saying, hey, we can do it over here.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing. We really didn't know where we was gonna do it, how we was gonna do it.
Yeah.
So we took Tasha's bunco tables out, put them in the garage, put the bunco chairs out, and, lo and behold, we made a studio.
Yeah, that worked out good.
So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Kurt and I is going to be on the road this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this because it's actually going to come out before Monday.
Yeah.
This weekend we will be at Volunteer Speedway, Bulls Gap, on Saturday night. Very good possibility we might be at Ponderosa on Friday. So this week's Racetrack Spotlight, being brought to you by JT Trackside Catering, will be the Volunteer Speedway there at Bulls Gap, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Our slider of the week that is presented by Waldo Speed Decals will go to the guys, the LMS legends that took time and put this show together for us on a short notice. And the crash of the week will go to our LMS legends.
Yeah.
Because we just talked about it. Yeah. We just heard about the crashes.
Yeah. Lots of them.
Yeah. And our top performer of the week will go to Calvin Crane because he made a 2-hour drive down on a 4-hour notice to do the interview. I think we got all of our sponsors.
Probably didn't get home till 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, because it was late. Late. So I think we got all of our sponsors. And our HCC past guests is all of them. And our Bandit Race Cars question of the week is, when is the next trade-in sliders old racetrack Segway gonna happen? Answer is, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Because we've covered a lot of figure 8 guys, and I'm just for you local guys, I'm gonna put it out there. There was 2, 3, 4 guys that ran in the Winston Bush late models that kind of like this idea of what we done. So we're gonna have something else in the works. So I'm just gonna put it out there.
Yeah.
Just gonna go ahead and let you guys know so you guys can think, ponder, and then I know what comes next. We'll get a bunch of suggestions.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell us who needs to be on.
Right.
Anything else before we get off here, Flash?
No, I don't think so. I just hope everybody enjoyed it.
So thank you guys. Tell somebody about us. The word of mouth is the best form of advertisement. Thank you for all the shares. Thank you for all the downloads.
Yeah, all the shares is why you're getting this early. So
yeah, that's why you're getting it early. So
Yeah.
So we appreciate that. Next week, back to our regular scheduled program.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna give a little teaser because been doing these teasers. They work pretty good. If you're a fan of dirt late model racing, if you're a fan of a guy that will speak his mind, if you're a fan of an up and coming superstar that will tell a series to go screw off,
Yeah.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
We got a good one. Until next time, we'll be trading sliders.